Yeah, I got him in here cooking tonight after he worked 12 hours, see?
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I hit play, please remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet to catch my videos every Friday.
Yeah, I got him in here cooking tonight after he worked 12 hours, see? This is what you need to do when you come home from work, just like I do every other night, okay? I know he's going to say, well, you should be cooking every night because I pay the bills, but guess what? Guess what, buddy? That's not how it's going to work around here. You're going to put in some extra work when you get home.
Well, why don't you go there while I'm doing this?
Because I need to make sure you're doing it correctly. What are you talking about? Don't try to push me out of my kitchen.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be up in my space while I'm cooking.
I'm not in your space. I'm just monitoring the situation. I'm making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. And when you're done, you're going to clean all those dishes in that sink. Because they're not going to do themselves. And I damn sure ain't going to do them. Not after the day that I had staying home all day. I'm stressed out. So after your little 10-hour shift, you're going to do those dishes. And you're going to serve me dinner too. It don't even look very good.
This right here is one of the clearest video examples that I have ever seen, showing a wife that has so much resentment built up for her husband that she literally hates him. And this husband really only has two choices, and neither one of them is going to lead towards a healthy, happy relationship with this woman. Before I go in depth about those choices, we need to pull apart some of what this woman is doing. We need to talk about her behavior, because I'm going to tell you this. I see video after video of small, nuanced amounts of the toxicity that this woman has to an extreme. And because of that, I think it's almost good to see a video like this every so often where everything is to an extreme, because it allows you to see how wrong it is. And so that even in smaller doses, like, women can sometimes have aha moments when they see that a woman is going to an extreme, and it's obviously toxic. It's obviously horrible for that marriage. And men, for you to be able to catch those things so that then you can voice possibly in your own relationship, or you can catch the red flags early when you're dating, that's going to help you guys out. So let's get into the problematic behavior. Number one, she is on her camera. Whatever she's having a problem with, it is not going to benefit your relationship ever to get the camera out and then film it. Whatever type of interaction it is not a good idea. That is only going to make things worse, because her plan is to film it and then post it for other people to see. And even if she wasn't going to post on social media, you know she's going to be showing it to her closest friends and her family and anyone else that's going to listen to her talk about how horrible her husband is. But what's almost funny here is that she is so delusional in her thinking that she's not the problem, he is, that she openly posts this on social media, and she thinks that she's going to get people on her side. Obviously, that's not what's happened. Most people have called her out. But going back, her intention was to film it and to get people on her side and to show how horrible of a person her husband is. The second, and I would almost say the most important horrible behavior here, is that she is bashing her husband. She is degrading, like, not even just disrespecting, but absolutely degrading, dehumanizing him in the things that she is saying to him as she's filming. It is actually very much emotional abuse. And this is the most important key point that I want any man that's watching this video to understand, that this sort of behavior from a woman is not okay. You have 100% right to walk away, because this is abusive. And I think what a lot of men will do sometimes is they will just harden themselves. They think that they're strong enough, they're mentally strong enough to withhold themselves from really getting hurt by all the words that a woman can say to him. But the bottom line is that it's okay to not be able to. Like, you can try to harden yourself, you can try to put that wall up, but it's not okay for her to be spewing that hate onto you And you have a voice in that, and you can say that that's not okay. You can remove yourself, and that you're not any weaker of a man to do that. If you guys have been watching up to this point, I am very glad that you at least got that out of it. The third problematic behavior from this woman is her unrealistic expectations, because she thinks that she deserves a home-cooked meal by her husband that has already worked 12 hours today in order to provide the roof over her head and the food that's being cooked. Meanwhile, apparently, I guess this woman is a stay-at-home mom, which, yes, you can argue is a job, and yes, it is hard and mentally draining. However, if you as a woman have come to a point that you are resentful of your husband for going out and working while you're at home, then you need to change it. You need to change it, because I'm going to say it, in today's day and age, if you're able to stay home with your kids, you should be grateful. And again, if you aren't, look, we're not going to continue to shame here, but you need to change your situation, and you need to voice that you don't want to do it anymore, and go ahead, go get that minimum wage job. But what isn't okay is blaming your husband for the situation and then treating him that way. The fourth problematic behavior is that she has ownership of that kitchen. She says, my kitchen. What? You guys know what's next, okay? When things start to fall apart or that man tries to leave, all of a sudden it's going to be her house, even though he's been paying the mortgage. It's going to be her kids, even though he was part of making them. You guys get where I'm going with this. Okay, on to his choices. We're going to talk about the first choice. The first choice is that he runs and he signs the paperwork. He fills everything out because he wants to get her out of his life as soon as possible, so that then he can potentially have a healthy relationship down the line. Because guys, it doesn't happen quickly, okay? If you want to do things the right way, it's going to be a process. And I bet you anything that this woman is the type that would drag things out in actuality. Meanwhile, if you want to move on and you want to find somebody that is a good wife to you, like, that's going to take years to build a relationship with somebody else and then have the commitment happen and go through all of the fiance into marriage into potentially children, blending families. Like, it gets really complex, and it always will take way longer than what you expect. The second choice is probably the safest, honestly, and that is to mentally remove himself from the situation and then physically remove himself from the situation as much as possible. What that means is that he doesn't have to actively go out and fill out the paperwork, but what he should do is essentially start leaving the relationship. And I'm going to say something that I don't really ever recommend. I'm going to recommend it for this man, and that is to not communicate it. Like, don't tell her that it's over and you're just kind of slowly removing yourself. You just be silent about it, because I think that is the safer choice. I think that this woman is so much so to the extreme that it is almost unsafe, that it's going to become more volatile if he actually voices anything about leaving her. What I do think that he can do, though, is say no to her. Like, don't cook the dinner. You know, she might be demanding it, but don't do that. And then, like, physically remove yourself. Heck, eat some peanut butter and jelly, get some freezer meals and warm them up. Like, at least you're not standing there with her camera on you and she's bashing you as you're trying to cook and do what she wants. Like, yes, you can still have the responsibility, I guess, of feeding yourself and your kids, but don't do it the way that she wants you to. Like, find peace in the method that you want to do it. But then, almost most importantly, you have to make sure that you're spending some amount of time taking care of yourself, taking care of your mental health, your physical health, your financial health. You got to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. In the process, continue to check out, and eventually that woman is she's probably going to sign the papers thinking that she's really getting to you. But in the meantime, you've been hoping for this. You've been waiting for it. And, you know, you could maybe cry some crocodile tears, you know, to increase the act and everything. But other than that, I think you're going to be jumping for joy on the inside. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there any other choices that I missed that you guys would recommend? Please put them down in the comments. And I hope you all have a great week. I will see you next week.